Welcome back to Broken Electronics. I'm Lee, and I'm so glad that you could join me today for this little adventure into actually computer peripherals. Um, I took a trip today up to Walpole, Massachusetts. It's about a 2 hour drive each way, and I went there to get a monitor. Now, why did I go all that way to get a monitor? Well, now, of course, it's an older Apple display, certainly. You remember the video I did, if you look back there, at the 23-inch Apple's Cinema Display HD. That is actually the second 23-inch that I bought. The first one I got off eBay, and it was shipped up, not wrapped awfully well, and I think it was USPS that delivered it, and I think they must have dropped it because it no longer it works. You can see a display, but it's not a particularly good display. So that led me. I bought this monitor that I went to get from eBay, but they had the option for a free local pickup. And I figured this time I'm going to be safe because I really wanted this. And so I didn't get a monitor. I got two. Now, if I can get out of the way, it's going to be a little hard for you to see here. These are two separate monitors, but they're two black monitors right next to each other. One of these is an Apple LED Cinema display. The other is an Apple Thunderbolt display. Any idea which is which? Well, you can pause the video if you want, go down to the comments and take a guess. Is it the one on the right over there, or left as you are facing it? Or is it this one here? All right. So we're going to take a closer look at these. If you're interested in doing that, please stay tuned. Okay, here we can get a closer view of the two, and you can see from that very glossy screen, nice picture of the back of this sawtooth. And then we see over here, yeah, they are pretty much identical, aren't they? Not much to tell here. Now, I know which is which. The only reason why I know which is which is that I put them there. All right. Any ideas, folks? All right, to really tell about these machines, about these monitors, we really have to look at the back. So give me a sec. I will turn it around for you for the big reveal. Stay tuned. All right, here's the back view. And this, if you're looking at one of these monitors in a listing with pictures, this is the view you want to see. Here you see the back I/O on the monitor, 3 USB 2 ports. All right. This is the Apple LED Cinema display, 27-inch. Now here, you see those same 3 USB 2 ports, a FireWire 800 port, what looks to be a mini display port, but if you notice carefully in there, you'll see the Thunderbolt logo. There's a giveaway. And actually an Ethernet port. This is the Apple Thunderbolt display. All right, now we can also tell by examining the cords. This is the cord here for the LED Cinema display. You have mini display port, USB pass-through, and there's a MagSafe 1, which would be the original plan for these would be that you would connect them to an Apple MacBook Pro. and use the MagSafe so you can charge all using this one cable. Whereas here on the Thunderbolt display, you have, again, what looks like a mini display port, but that's actually Thunderbolt 2 port, and the MagSafe. That's it. There's a separate power cable, of course. So, all of these ports here, the 3 USB 2, the FireWire 800, the Thunderbolt, and the Ethernet port, are all powered by the Thunderbolt 2 connection from the computer. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, so what we need to do next will be to take these machines and connect them to various computers and see if there's any kind of difference there. There should not be. Actually, these two machines, these two displays are identical from the display part. The only difference is that the connection here is Thunderbolt, whereas here is mini display port. All right, so if you want to see what it's like to get these things up and running, please stay tuned. Anyhow, my plan for this is to replace this 32-inch Samsung monitor with a 27-inch Apple LED Cinema display, because it is connected to a Mac Pro. The Cinema display came out in 2010, so did the Mac Pro. And I hit upon this idea because I happened to pick up a 24-inch Cinema display a couple of days ago. Look at the difference. My God, as it runs this screensaver. They both look good. You could make a case maybe for the Samsung being a little sharper in definition, but my God, look at the color on that. All right, now, give me a sec. I think it's even a little more dramatic with the wallpaper that I've selected. This is the Utah picture. I mean, this just seems washed out. Yes, it's sharp. That's fine. My God, look at the difference there. All right. Now, this is a 4K display. This is a 2K display. Honestly, this speaks to me a whole lot more. All right, so I'm going to disconnect the Samsung and set up the 27-inch LED Cinema display, and we'll take a look at that. Stay tuned. All right, so here's the screensaver again. Looks good on both displays. Very good. Maybe a little more of a yellow tinge on the 27-inch as opposed to the 24. 27-inch is not as much bigger as the 24 than I had expected it to be, but it looks good. Okay, now. Yeah, this is looking fine. Again, that little bit of a tinging going on. All right. Now, one thing that I do notice, I don't seem to be able to get the speaker on the 27-inch to work. However, the one on the 24-inch is working, so I wouldn't call that a big deal. We won't worry about the microphone now, but we will take a look here at the camera. All right, now this should be the USB camera that I've added. Forgive me, there's no studio lighting going on or anything. Okay, yes. Now, okay, this is the 24-inch camera. I'm pointing at it. You can see my finger going there. Lighting, I don't think lighting has anything to do with the camera. It's just the angle and the fact that I haven't done anything with lighting here. Okay. And now we see the iSight camera that's built in. Obviously, since I do shoot videos here, and I ordinarily have a couple of small studio lights that I put on, we will opt for this as being a much better view. Okay, microphone I won't worry about because I'm quite sure I'm going to be continuing to use the USB microphone that I've been using. So I think we're good. All right, all in all, I'm very happy with this. I do wish that the speaker was working, but I'll fiddle with that and we'll see. But other than that, everything seems to be. I did take the opportunity to plug in the Time Machine drive to the USB port on the back of the 27-inch, so we verify that those are working. And, you know, all in all, this is going to be a much better setup. Oh, excuse me. This is going to be a much better setup, and I think clearly much more period appropriate, because everything we see here, a 2010 27-inch LED cinema display, and a 24-inch, and a 2010 Mac Pro. Okay, so we're going to need to deal next with the Thunderbolt display. So that will take me a while to do, but for you it will be seconds. Stay tuned. All right, here we are with the Apple Thunderbolt display. The computer powering it, by the way, is the M1 Mac Mini. It looks stunning. I don't know that the camera really does it justice, but it really looks fantastic. I should point out, by the way, the Apple LED Cinema display, 27-inch, seemed to warm up a little bit. It's also looking really, really good. And I did figure out the problem with the speaker on it. The volume was simply turned down. I turned it back up. There are no volume or really any settings controls on the displays themselves. It all has to be done with software. But I figured that out, and it's working fine, so life is good. This speaker is also working well. All right. And here is the desktop. Again, is the camera doing it full justice? I don't know. Here's something interesting. The displays, the volumes you see there, the Macintosh HD is the SSD internal. Then I have a Silicon Power 4 terabyte NVMe in an enclosure, giving it quite a bit of storage. The Mini Pro there is a USB 3 hard drive, another 4 terabytes, so there's plenty of storage in this machine. But the thing I really want to note, see that Time Machine drive there? It says Crucial 2 terabyte SSD. That's actually the backup drive for my iMac G5. Unbelievable. And it's a FireWire drive. You can connect a FireWire drive to an M1 Mac Mini by using the FireWire port on the Apple Cinema display. How cool is that? And again, this really just looks fantastic. Okay. Camera. This is going to look weird. All right, because I'm sort of hunched down here. I've run out of actual spaces. But the iSight camera is working. again, it's not great. I have the lighting turned down very low to make the screen display better. But it's working. Microphone is also working. USB is working. I have not tested the gigabit Ethernet. But really, this is working wonderfully. Now I wonder, can we demonstrate
Welcome back to Broken Electronics. I'm Lee, and I'm so glad
the
you
speaker.
stopped by today for this little excursion into...
All right. Yeah. 2011, my friends. Okay, now, recommendations. Should you buy, if you're looking for one of these, and I can highly recommend them. They are gorgeous displays, and you can find them for very reasonable prices. But should you be looking for an LED cinema display or an Apple Thunderbolt display? Well, it purely depends on your use case. I was looking specifically for a monitor that would work with my Mac Pros. That is absolutely the LED cinema display. The big drawback, if in fact it is a drawback to the Thunderbolt display, is it is Thunderbolt. It simply will not work on a computer that does not have Thunderbolt. That means most Macs, I would say all, but most that I know of, from 2011 on, should work. I will at some point here test a 2011 Mac Mini with this that has Thunderbolt 1. I don't see why it shouldn't work. Thunderbolt 2 obviously will work because it's built for Thunderbolt 2. With the adapter that I've got plugged into Thunderbolt 3, it works fine. So if you're looking basically 2011 on up with Macs, the Thunderbolt display is probably the preferable way. However, being the retro computing person that I am, it makes a whole lot more sense to go with the LED cinema display because it can basically connect to anything. Since it uses mini DisplayPort and with various adapters you can come up with, there's not much that you can't use it with. All right, so anyhow, it's been an exciting day. Be good to other people. They need it and deserve it. Be good to yourselves. You need it and deserve it. Any good we do in this world has got to start with our being good to ourselves. We can make this world a better place. It isn't yet, so please take very, very good and careful care. All right. There'll be some other display things. I think I pretty much completed the display collection. A lot of Mac Mini things coming up. Some Power Mac things coming up too, and maybe some surprises. So until those things are available on the channel, this has been Broken Electronics.